Oh, hey Max, what's up? What's that? Life is Strange is back? And you're the protagonist again? Oh my god! What is up, you guys? It is Zach coming at you with another video. Firstly, I want to thank Square Enix and Deck 9 for giving me the opportunity to get a hands-on demo of Life is Strange Double Exposure. It's so cool that I got to play the game early. This is like the first time a big company has let me go to like the inner depths and actually get to play the game early. It's honestly really exciting. So I got a lot to talk about today, and I'm very, very excited to get into it. So without any further ado, I don't even want to make this intro any longer than it needs to be. Subscribe and, you know, all that jazz down below, and click the notification bell. I'm going to be doing some videos on Life is Strange. Obviously, I'll probably be playing the game live on the channel when it comes out in a little over a month from now, so stay tuned for that. And without any further ado, let's just get into this freaking great demo. As a quick little recap, to those of you who may have forgotten, what is Life is Strange and who is Max Caulfield? Well, Life is Strange is a narrative series made by originally Don't Nod and now continued by Deck 9, where you take control of a character with supernatural abilities and you navigate through a story. And honestly, I've loved all these games for the longest time. Well, by the longest time, I mean only a few years, but I've really become a big fan of this series, especially the first game. It really holds a special place in my heart now. I felt emotions that I didn't even know I had when I played that game. So now Max Caulfield, the original protagonist from the first Life is Strange game, is back for a whole new adventure in a whole new setting where there's all these new people that she's meeting and there's a new ability with her power, and it's just so cool. I will say that if you did watch the PAX West live stream of, you know, Life is Strange Double Exposure, where they played a bit of gameplay, answered some questions, this was the exact same demo that I got to play, though there are a couple things that I did notice with my demo that actually were different than the demo shown at the show. So, you know, keep that in mind. I do have some different things that I will be pointing out, but like I said, the demo itself was the same. Moses, who is one of Max's new friends at Caledon University, accidentally, well, I guess it's an accident, he accidentally takes Sophie's camera, who is the friend that is murdered, that, you know, the whole mystery is about. He accidentally takes her camera, and now this police detective wants to search his office. So, the demo is you, as Max, trying to retrieve the camera that is hidden inside his office and getting it out so that when the police detective goes in, he ain't gonna find it. This section honestly requires a lot of thinking, some light puzzle solving, and even a little stealth segment towards the end. I think this was like the perfect spot for them to demo because you get to try out a little bit of everything. You get to try out her new powers, you get to try out different dialogue options and, you know, different kinds of gameplay. It really does sum up the Life is Strange, you know, experience all within that, you know, little bit of gameplay. So I think they chose a really good spot to demo. And I think the demo, like I said, really was good. I really enjoyed playing through it. I really enjoyed the sequence. The stealth sequence reminded me a lot of the stealth sequence from the first Life is Strange game, where you're sneaking around the locker room, trying to avoid Dave Madsen and all that. Really, really solid stuff. And now to quickly talk about Max's power. If you remember the original Life is Strange, Max's power was to rewind time. And here, now her power has evolved to where she can shift between two parallel timelines, realities, whatever you want to call it. And at first I was a little nervous about this because I didn't know, it just sounded really complex to have to travel between two different universes and, you know, listen into the other. But when I got my hands on it and when I started playing around, it actually was really simple. You can hit this button, I believe it's the right bumper, that allowed you to set out a pulse. That pulse would allow you to quickly peek into the other universe without actually being in it. So if it was a stealth mission, for instance, you wouldn't be seen by the person on the other side. You would just get to see kind of where they are in respect to where you are in the other universe, and you get to hear any conversations that are going on the other side. And then there are these specific points, like, you know, when you're using the pulse, that kind of look like little orbs, or like, you know, just a really big glowy spot. When you step into it and press, I believe it's the left bumper, I could be mistaken on the controls, but pressing that button will allow you to shift into the other reality. So, you know, you can only shift between realities in certain spots, which makes sense. You know, a lot of the spots where you're shifting between realities are kind of hidden spots, a little bit out of the way, so that you're not shifting in plain sight. Like I said, I thought this was going to be uber complicated and be a little too much, but when I got my hands on it and really got to experiment around with it a little bit, it actually really felt pretty easy to do, and I do think it's going to be somewhat user-friendly, and I can't wait for you all to try it. It's really freaking cool. Then, of course, we have the little bits, the little details. Now, I'm sure a lot of people are wondering about Chloe. If I saw anything related to Chloe, and the answer is yes. I saw in my playthrough, so basically every single demo, I'm pretty certain that they showed off here, is the sacrificing Chloe ending. So Chloe is dead in the demo. So Chloe, I did not see anything about Chloe, but there are a lot of references to Chloe in her text messages and her journal. Now, I do believe in the PAX West showcase, the demo that they did on stage, they actually did show the text messages, and I believe Joyce's message is shown, so you can actually see exchanges between Joyce and Max, and obviously a lot of it talks about Chloe, and you know, it broke my heart all over again to see Joyce texting about Chloe, and it was just... It did break my heart a little bit. I actually nearly did cry. Chloe's death is actually like something that really does impact me. I don't know why. I remember when I actually first did the sacrificing Chloe ending. I did cry quite a bit. So, yeesh. But something I don't think they showed in the live showcase is Max's journal. Now, Max's journal is basically like it was in the original Life is Strange, where Max just kind of writes down all of her thoughts and, you know, all that jazz. And in this journal, given that it's the sacrificing Chloe ending, a lot of the entries are related to Chloe, as if Max is writing to Chloe because of how much she misses her and how heartbroken she still is to this day about Chloe's passing. And there's even a page in the journal that is literally just like all scribbles, as if Max is taking her anger out on that piece of paper, and it's actually really freaking heartbreaking. Like, you know, we've seen Max upset, we've seen her mad, but imagining her so upset that she's scribbling on this page, absolutely destroying it, it was actually really, really sad to see, because again, I love Max as a character. She is so relatable and so easy to like as a protagonist. Like, there's a lot of protagonists that you find annoying, that you don't really like, that there's things you dislike, but I think Max is literally the perfect protagonist. So seeing her, or just knowing that she was in that state, actually does legitimately affect me in a sort of way. So yes, even though I didn't get to see Chloe directly, or any text messages between those two in the Chloe Survives timeline, we do know that Chloe is definitely referenced if you choose to sacrifice her instead of the town. And there's also, I will point out, there is also a little point where in the social media tabs, you can see Joyce's social media as well, and like her post, she posts about the anniversary of Chloe's death and all of that, but you also see that Max has kept up with Victoria Chase of all people. Victoria Chase was an NPC, well actually you did get to play as her in a little weird dream sequence thing, but whatever. Victoria Chase is a really mean character towards Max. She's basically Max's bully, and now it seems like they're friends, they get along. Now, granted, in like the latter portion of the original Life is Strange, Max and Victoria can make amends, and it could be all fine, all good, but it's complicated. There's a whole timeline thing, and it just gets complicated. But nevertheless, no matter what, in the sacrificing Arcadia Bay ending, Victoria Chase and Max are good. But nevertheless, she is here in spirit, at least with the social media page, and it's pretty cool to see all those references to the original Life is Strange, which is what I personally wanted. I wanted the story to feel respected, you know, because here's the thing, right? This is the kind of the story, the original Life is Strange, that's very hard to make a sequel to because of what the first game did. Like, the ending in the first Life is Strange just feels so definite that it feels like it'd be weird to continue it, and I do feel like, at least with the sacrificing Chloe ending, that this is very much respected, because we have to remember, Max, as a person, will move on. No matter what happens in Arcadia Bay, no matter if she sacrifices Chloe, or if she sacrifices the town, no matter what she does, she has to eventually move on with her life, with whatever traumas she may have. So I do think that in this regard, they did do a really good job at respecting that. And I do think writing-wise, I should mention, they did a really good job with Max. From the little snippet we've seen, she's still as dorky as ever, but I will say I do love how much they've made her a little more perky. They've made her, she's definitely seems a lot more confident within herself, because as you know, in the original Life is Strange, she doubted herself a lot. She was very unsure of her work and just her self-worth in general. And here she seems to absolutely beam with a lot more confidence. Still not like super confident, but a lot better than she was like in high school. And she just seems cheerier in general, all things considered. And I will point out, I believe this might have been in the showcase as well, but going back to Max's powers, we do know that if you lose in the stealth sequence, because there's a stealth sequence where you're trying to sneak around the detective, if you get caught, Max can rewind time. So Max's rewind ability is still there, but I'm assuming it'll only be activated in situations where the story would kind of go awry if you lose the sequence. So any kind of stealth sequences or sequences where Max actually could die. Think like when the game goes like black and white in the original game, right? That means like Max has to rewind. I'm guessing those kind of situations Max will be able to use her rewind ability. I don't think it's going to be something that you can actually use in game, because it's not a toggleable power like to a button. Like you can't actually do it on command. Also, fun fact, I actually played this demo alongside other people, other media people, and one of the people I played next to was a content creator named Bun. Go and check out her channel if you haven't done so already. She is super nice, super cool, super fun, and after my demo was complete, we actually talked a little bit, and she noticed something that was different with my demo, because she looked over at mine every now and again, that was different from hers. In her demo, as you're kind of seeing with the demo gameplay that Square Enix sent me, because this is what they sent me, I didn't actually record my own gameplay. Basically, Max, as throughout the whole entire scene, her nose is completely clean, which is such a weird thing to say out of context, but bear with me here. In my demo, in my gameplay, Max actually had dried up blood under her right nostril the whole entire time. So, I don't know what that means. I'm guessing an earlier choice that was made right before this segment of the game caused Max's nose to bleed, because usually this would happen whenever she used her powers. So, I'm assuming that something that my Max did was different than what Bun's Max did, and this demo that you're seeing's Max did, and it just led to Max's nose being bloodied. So I thought that was a really interesting thing to note. So overall, I know I just blabbed a lot about this game, but honestly, you guys, I was already excited about this game. I was just unsure about like the power and the implications after the original game, but honestly, after playing this, I'm really excited to see the full thing in action, and I, again, really want to thank Square Enix and Deck 9 for giving me this amazing opportunity. Someone as small as me, I've only really talked about Life is Strange a handful of times on the channel, and they gave me this opportunity to try the game out and talk to you guys about it, and I am personally so excited for it. Again, thanks for the opportunity. Cannot wait for the game to come out next month. So thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I really hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, and subscribe, all that stuff down below. Hit that notification bell so you can be notified of when I upload videos. And yes, this is the Jeb shirt, the shirt from the ZakPak show. Just using it because it's like Rachel Amber's flannel, whatever. Anyways, till next time, you guys. See you all in the next video.